What is up, folks? Jeremy Brand here, MMAsucka.com with your ADCC 2022 World Championships Day 1 recap and highlights of what happened. Some big upsets. Obviously, talk of the town, Gordon Ryan was in action twice today. But before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, and put on those notifications for the channel because, again, we're putting out news, we're putting out interviews, we're putting out recaps and reviews and highlights of everything MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kickboxing. Hell, we even had telephone booth fighting over there on MMAsucka.com. So make sure you hit that notification and subscription button down in the corner. All right, opening day recap. What we've got, the very first match of the day was Gordon Ryan, and he defeated Hickey Jusila via submission rear naked choke in that first round. He did what he had to do. He controlled the pace. He dictated the pace, got the match to the ground, and did work with his pressure passing game. Also in that division, Nick Rodriguez defeated Damon Ramos. Very good fight, and Nick Rodriguez looked well and very clean in the opening round as well. He's the opposite side of the bracket from Gordon Ryan, I believe, so they could eventually meet up. And the guy who everybody wants to see Gordon meet up with, Felipe Pena, also won in the opening round against Josh Saunders via points. Other big winners in the opening round, Rafael Lovato Jr., Craig Jones, Nicholas Marigali, all looked fantastic in the 99 kilogram division. Moving on to 77 kilogram and some big upsets from the day. Renato Canuto defeated Nicky Ryan via points in the opening round. So Nicky Ryan, Gordon Ryan's younger brother, who trains with the B team, not with Gordon himself, was eliminated in the opening round. I don't know what that tells you about the training that he's doing, but he is not moving on to day 2 on Sunday. Not a huge upset, but a matchup that everybody had eyes on. Cade Rotolo defeated Lachlan Giles. It looked like Lachlan had a wicked guard game and very annoying. Cade went to north-south a ton in that match, tried to expose the hip line with his head, get on the inside with his shoulders, was never able to do it. And with the extension of Lachlan's arms, Cade was able to throw up a flying armbar, which was insane, and finish the match. In the 66 kilogram division, the #1 seed for that division, Gary Tonin, lost to Sam McNally via points. And a very exciting matchup, and Gary lost it. Under a minute left in the match, I believe Sam scored those points. Gary nabbed a heel that looked like he could have gotten the job done, but Sam was able to fight it off and move on to the second round later today. And a fantastic match. Another favorite for the division, Cole Abate, losing in the opening round. He was my pick to win this entire division, and he lost to Fabricio Andre via judge's decision in a very, very exciting match in the opening round. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Cole move on to the second round, to the quarterfinals, but we got to see Fabricio Andre move on. Moving on to the afternoon, it was a long day, and the second round got started with Gordon Ryan once again. He controlled the pace. They kept it standing for a little bit. A guy he's always wanted to compete against, Victor Hugo. They got it done, and Gordon also got it done again with his pressure style game. Victor tried to get underneath him. He tried to hook the leg and attack those legs from 50-50 from other positions, but Gordon was able to ride the time and get his points and win the match via points. The possibility of Gordon versus Felipe Pena is still on the table as Felipe won the match in his second round as well. And also Nick Rodriguez is alive after defeating John Hansen via submission with a rear naked choke in also a very controlled and dominating match by Rodriguez. In the 88 kilogram division, Egan O'Flanagan, with one of the bigger upsets of the day, defeated Mason Fowler by submission. In the match, it was a heel hook. It was very tight. It was almost like they were fighting, battling each other with the legs, and O'Flanagan ended up winning that leg shotgun battle. 77 kilograms, the biggest upset of the day, I would say. JT Torres losing to PJ Barch via points. JT was expected to win the 77 kilogram division. He was the #1 seed, came into this one as the ADCC champ. So we will see a new champion at the 77 kilogram mark, and PJ Barch defeated JT Torres. Cade Rotolo defeated Roberto Jimenez with a heel hook. Beautiful game by Cade today. One of the most exciting players on the scene at ADCC 2022. Obviously, he's always exciting and throws highlight reel fashion anytime he steps onto the mats, but today was no different. And Mica Galvao continued to push through this. He could take it. I picked him in the 77 kilogram division, I believe. Could be wrong. Maybe I picked JT Torres, but I don't remember what I picked. You'll have to go back. Check out the video that I did with my preview. But Mica Galvao defeated Renato Canuto via submission armbar under 2 minutes into the match. And at 66 kilograms, the guy, Fabricio Andre, who won in the opening round, who I said was a pretty big upset, he ended up losing to his teammate, Baby Shark Diogo Reyes. Very fun fight, went into overtime, through overtime, and the judge's decision was for Diogo Reyes. And finally, Josh Cisneros defeated Sam McNally to move on as well. So that division is an interesting one where we've got Diego Reyes, I believe, versus Josh Cisneros tomorrow, and Diego Oliveira versus Gabriel Souza. Kennedy Maciel Cobrinha Jr. lost this one via submission heel hook. 7 minutes and 51 seconds into the match. Didn't make it to overtime, but he ended up losing that one. It was a very long day. The opening was way too much for me to handle. Give it up for Lene Hart. She did her job, but fans online, on Twitter, on Facebook, on the stream over at Flow Grappling, in the comment section were complaining they didn't know what was up. They obviously did not watch Pride back in the day, but Lene was doing her job. It took way too long. It took an hour to introduce the competitors for the day, which we had already seen yesterday for the bracket reveal. So there was no need for that. Obviously, they paid Lene. They tried to do this whole Pride thing, which worked but didn't work at the same time. So, yeah, tomorrow, are we in for another long day? Who knows? We've got the semifinals, we've got the finals, and obviously we've got the super fight between Gordon and Andre. Tell me which fight you're looking forward to most, which matchup you'd like to see. We've got Gordon with the potential of Felipe Pena, or Gordon against Nick Rodriguez. We've got Craig Jones, who could take on Craig Jones is taking on Nicholas Marigali. Amazing matchup. Those are the matches that we will be able to see tomorrow live on Flow Grappling. Once again, I'm Jeremy Brand. This is MMA Sucka. Make sure you like, subscribe, give us the thumbs up, push those notifications. We will see you tomorrow. ADCC 2022 semifinals, finals, Flow Grappling. This is MMA Sucka. I'm out.